Hello everybody, Jim here in Akihabara today, and we are going to another Liberty anime shop. So we're going to have a look at a whole lot of anime figures, starting with these cool like mystery bags. There's JoJo and Fate, all kinds of other stuff. It's got a bunch of stuff in it. Figures and other kinds of merchandise, so you can buy the mystery bag and see what's in it, which I've picked up one before. I picked up a DBZ one. I will say we're gonna look at a whole lot of anime figures in here, and I'm not gonna be terribly familiar with some of what we're looking at. I obviously know more of the classics, so Dragon Ball. And I have a passing knowledge of like Naruto and One Piece, and of course I'm familiar with Hokuto no Ken, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and then I know some of the other stuff I'm gonna see, Hatsune Miku and things like that. That's all kind of a given. And I know, something academia and etc. etc. So we're gonna look at something. I'm gonna sound a little bit ignorant here and there, but anyway, as you can see, just wall-to-wall and ceiling-to-floor figures. And so we're looking at a lot of Dragon Ball stuff right here, which is, they had more Dragon Ball than anything else, which is fine for me. I love figures like this. This one has a lot of detail in the face. Very cool. So, but I grew up, like a lot of people my age, grew up as a big Dragon Ball Z fan. So I was very happy to see all the Dragon Ball figures. But as you can see, there's also lots of One Piece, and just figures of varying size and detail and varying prices as well. So if you're more of a figure collector on a budget, there'll be stuff in here for you. And if you've got some money to burn, they'll have some stuff for you too. Again, look at some of this stuff. The detail on some of the faces, the poses. That's all very cool. And yeah, so I like it a lot. I like the figures, and again, if I had a bigger apartment, I'd probably have a few figures in it. I used to collect figures when I was a teenager. Some more cool. I mean, the detail on some of these is astounding. These are almost like less of like figures and more of just like smaller statues. They're great. We got some Gotenks and some Vegito. Plenty of Piccolo. More Vegito. Except the Super Saiyan Blue and level 3 Gotenks, which is very cool. So I like that a lot. One thing that they didn't really have in here that I would have liked to have seen, and maybe it was on a different floor because this place has multiple floors to it, but I would have liked to have seen some Yu Yu Hakusho. These Bulma figures, pretty damn cool. The many different hairdos and fashion statements of Bulma. It's a character who went through a lot of changes. We have some more stuff here. Naruto. Again, I have only kind of a passing knowledge of Naruto. I read some of the manga, and I may have seen a little bit of the anime, but not too terribly familiar with it. I'm more of an 80s and 90s anime kind of guy, as some of you may know. But that does not mean I cannot appreciate the awesome artwork. As you can see, plenty of boxed stuff here. A lot of these things, funny enough, were available as prizes in crane games, and if you weren't very lucky with the crane games, maybe you could pop into one of these shops and pick them up. But yeah, look at some of these. They just looking pretty nice. As we spin around, I hope I'm not making you dizzy. We've got some JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which is a series with just an amazing, unique art style, and really great character designs, and the figures are just always fantastic. So I do indeed like JoJo, and you can get a look at some of the prices there. Some of these are priced around $50 or so, some of them less than that. And, again, you might spend a little more on stuff that's boxed or in especially good condition. And yeah, we got some Giorno Giovanna for you there. And more. And we're gonna keep rolling on, baby. All of the The figures in here, Conan or Conan. Every time I say Conan, I'm thinking Conan the Barbarian, but there's another Conan. And more DBZ, how about that? Yeah, Liberty, I will say, there are a bunch of Liberty locations in Akiba. So, just my advice would be just whenever you're in Akiba, if you want to go and look at some cool figures, maybe pick up a couple for yourself, just Google Map Liberty, and I would say there's at least maybe like 4 or 5 Liberty shops. These Saint Seiya figures, these can go for quite a lot. I have a friend, my buddy Karkamo, he's really into Saint Seiya, and I've picked up a couple of those figures for him in the past, and yeah, they can be a little pricey. And some more cool One Piece stuff. One Piece is another series I'm not terribly familiar with. I read a little bit of the manga, and I saw some of the anime on TV, but it was like, I don't know how many episodes in, so I had no idea what the hell was going on. And some of these cheaper figures here, wrapped in plastic. And like I said, this particular Liberty, there are multiple floors. I stuck just to the first floor to keep this video from being too long. Look at this very cool Luffy figure. I basically, just wanted to give you an idea, because I've filmed in like the other, some of the other Liberty locations before, so you kind of know what you're getting into. It's just gonna be an overload of figures. I don't even know, like, if I was a figure collector, I don't even know where I would begin in a place like this. Just so many figures for so many different big anime properties. I guess, if you have a focus, it'll be easier for you. Some of these waifus they have here. Yeah, if you have a focus, I guess it'll be easier. Like if you specifically want to collect JoJo or DBZ figures, and even that would be like hard to choose just because of the amount of figures that they have for any one property. And of course there are some, how do I say it, more adult-oriented figures in other shops, which I don't know. I'm not. I guess I don't see the appeal of it, but all good. And we have some more cool One Piece. This is very, very cool. Zoro or Zolo, however his name is pronounced. I like, it's pretty cool to see like characters and various costumes, poses, things like that. And a little bit more of that lady stuff, including a mermaid. I see the mermaid all the time. I don't know who the mermaid is. Again, any One Piece fans watching this are gonna probably down in the comments tell me I'm such an idiot for not knowing who the mermaid is, but I don't know. I only know maybe like the central few characters. Again, some very cool Luffy action pose figure there. Very cool. And swinging around. There's more. This little vending machine, you can get some stuff in. Little claw machine with some gachapon stuff in it. More loose figures. Some ladies. More gachapon machines. And a whole bunch of other figures over here in the window. Will pack with bubble wraps. So that's good to know. Pick a figure up without a box. They'll throw some bubble wrap on it, and it'll be ship shape. And these are all great. This is just like super colorful, girly anime figures. Yeah, pretty cool. Don't necessarily recognize every character, but that's okay. More of these grab bags. Yeah, again, maybe if you're you can't decide what you want, pick up one of the mystery bags and be satisfied with that. And we're coming into sort of the ladies section here. Some Fate, and there's some Hatsune Miku and Evangelion, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so lots of figures dedicated to the female anime characters. Some Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura, the waifus, if you will. I'm in the waifu section now. But yeah, And then again, some of these figures are insanely just like well detailed, and yeah, it's pretty impressive. Some of the figures, the poses and the hair and everything else, very cool. So if you were in need of a plastic waifu to take home and whatever, Liberty has got you covered. There's more Fate stuff in there, which is cool. I like Fate. And lots of Hatsune Miku. Boy, that is just Sega printing money right there. But lots of Hatsune Miku figures in here, which is pretty commonplace in figure shops like this. There's usually quite a lot of Miku stuff. She's still a very popular character. The Vocaloid characters in general, pretty popular. I wonder if they're going to start making figures out of those VTubers, right? The virtual YouTubers. They probably already have. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I've already seen like plushies of some of them. But yeah, so you can pick up your waifu figures and give them the old hot glue job. Ugh, no, never mind, don't do that. Forget I said that. Anyway, that's just the first floor of this Liberty location. But I wanted to give you an idea of the size and scope and just the kind of stuff that you can expect to find in Liberty Anime in Akihabara. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at some cool figures. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Goodbye.